Why go west? Lots of people make a checklist before they travel so they won't forget anything important. During the 1800s, thousands of people might have used a checklist like this one. They left their homes and migrated to undeveloped western sections of the United States. What made them do it? So I do want to pause here, guys. The word migrated, that means to move. So I know you guys hear the word immigrants all the time. That just means that they moved from where they're from to a new place. So anytime you see that word migrated, it just means to move. So I'm going to highlight that for us. Let's keep going. So they made this checklist: leave almost everyone, leave almost everything, take a chance on something new, head west. So a lot of people that moved out west left a lot of things behind. Let's see what happens next. The chance to own land. Some saw the chance to become landowners. President Thomas Jefferson bought the Louisiana Territory from France in 1803. Known as the Louisiana Purchase, the new lands doubled the size of the United States. So, guys, keep in mind, we're going to pause here. Keep in mind that the United States at first wasn't all 50 states, right? They started off extremely small as people came over from other countries. So they started to move west, which means they started to travel from the North Carolina area, the Virginia area, closer to California. So now these people are starting to move across this land and settle more towards California. Let's keep going. Free or inexpensive land was there for the taking, and it wasn't long before thousands of people from inside and outside the United States looked to the American West and saw opportunity. However, the growth of the United States wasn't a victory for everyone. During this period, Native Americans lost their homelands as settlers and pioneers moved west. Many tribes were forced to leave elsewhere, and some Native cultures were nearly wiped out. All right, guys, next subheading is the chance for a fresh start. So let's keep going. Some people made the journey west in hopes of starting anew. They believed the long, dangerous trip was worthwhile if it led to a better life. Many had faced hard times with growing families and few ways to make enough money to support them. Hopeful news for friends and relatives who had already gone west encouraged more and more families to relocate too. Many settlers followed the popular Oregon Trail, with some taking it all the way to its end in the Pacific Northwest. They loaded up covered wagons for their epic journey across the Midland, plains, and over mountains. Determination kept these travelers going through challenges and setbacks. So I know you guys have heard of epic reading. We've used it in class, but the word epic is a very large and impressive event. So this journey was a large journey. It was very impressive for them to make it to the end. And then the word Midland is just the middle of the country. So it's the middle of the country. There are a lot of plains, and plains is grassland and mountains. All right, guys, our last subheading, we're almost done. Thank you for hanging with me. The chance to strike if rich. For some, the motivation was pure gold. In 1848, James W. Marshall discovered gold at Sutter's Mill in what is now Northern California. The news quickly spread, and the California gold rush was on. By 1852, more than 300,000 people had moved to California to seek their fortunes. All right, guys, we made it to the end of the reading. Awesome job. This was just a preview. I want you guys to go ahead and start making those connections. What in this story relates back to what we've been learning in social studies? We've talked about the Native Americans. We've talked about the colonists. We've talked about the explorers. How does this text relate? Get ready to make that connection next.